what technological developments are needed to make electrolytic hydrogen cheaper? Are we looking at innovative materials, innovative designs, or simply a larger scale of production? Perhaps we could do a round robin here. John, we'll start with you.
Yeah, sure. So as is often the case with this sort of question, it's you know, a combination of multiple things would be very valuable. Certainly, improvements in materials to drive increases in efficiency is very important. Efficiency is obviously key, particularly in markets like Europe. If you want to operate an electrolyzer where the electricity is super expensive, then efficiency is extremely important. If you're operating in an environment where electricity is less expensive, then it's kind of got a different priority. So yeah, I'll focus on that and leave others to the other participants. But so technology innovation in materials and components to drive efficiency increases.
Fantastic. Thanks, John. Leanne, I'm going to come to you next. It must be almost midnight, so it seems unhelpful to keep asking you questions. What's your take on that?
I completely agree with Jonathan, and I think it's a mixture of them all. The other thing that I don't think we've talked about, though, is the balance of plant associated with the electrolysers. So the compressors, the pressure vessels, and that comes where we talked about the increase in overall energy demand. So you've got all other sectors fighting against the same supply chains. So that can sometimes have an issue, particularly if we talk about the compressor market looking at doubling in size over the next 10 years, if we look at the scales of the investment. And then secondly, the glass reinforced pressure vessels, which really plays into hydrogen and the storage of hydrogen, and there needs to be big innovations in them as well in order to make it a successful and scalable, efficient market.
That's it. Thank you, Leanne. And Deepak, your final thoughts on what technology might be required?
Yeah, so let's keep things very simple, right? It's already a young and immature market. If we expect too much, maybe things are not going to work out. So two things. First of all, power utilization. We all know that green hydrogen needs renewable power. So if we can be efficient in the use of renewable power, that's what clients need. Our electrolyzer already takes 49.28 kilowatt hour to produce 1 kilo of hydrogen, right? Competition is at 51 or higher. We are trying to hit 46 kilowatt hour to produce 1 kilo of hydrogen by the end of this year. This is exactly what is required in the market, that they need kind of a better usage of power. Now, as Leanne said, it is not just about electrolyzer, it's about balance of plant also. So when a client is looking at a plant, he's looking at the whole thing, not just electrolyzer. And electrolyzer is a small piece of puzzle. What I would say is the total installed cost, that's where the catch is. Even if somebody buys electrolyzer cheaply or the balance of plant even cheaply, they have to work with an engineering company, construction company to commission, start, and all that. The TIC, the total installed cost for the projects, as per today's numbers, whatever I have got from, say, other companies, data analyzing companies, in US, it is between $2,000 per kilowatt to $3,000 per kilowatt. Same thing in Europe. Europe is $2,500 per kilowatt to $3,000 per kilowatt. As Splitwaters, we are already between $700 per kilowatt to $1,500 per kilowatt. So for example, 100 megawatt plant, it was being built between $200 million to $300 million. Our price is $150 million, and we can go down to much lower number depending on the size of the project. This is where the market needs to be. That's where we can go towards this energy transition. We need to hit these numbers, and we are already providing those kind of numbers to our client, and that's what making our life easier in this industry.